Valtis is still in our military's hands. So you've chosen to prioritize your vendetta.
If that's how you care to see it.
Using strife as a pretext for revenge. What a petty excuse to start a war.
You shouldn't have taken Miss Maria.
Oh yes, I remember.
Where is she?
I believe you've encountered her many times.
She is the Valkyria.
His Majesty was so elated. Said it was the greatest offering.
Really?
Oh, you're not getting riled up. Isn't that boring?
Whatever. I won't falter.
Captain? Amlet.
Mission complete. Let's get back to base.
Snow.
When light fades from the horizon.
So you still persist within this shell.
You came to see me again.
Do not summon me again. It is unpleasant. What?
I can hear anguish.
Anguish?
It comes from you.
What part of me, pray tell, is suffering?
Your heart.
Absurd.
You've carried the weight of your sins all this time.
What do you know?
You should be aware of exactly what I know. I feel it was destiny that I've come in contact with you. I even wish to support your soul, which trembles with pain.
What?
If your pain can be eased by me doing so.
What do you know? You who carries the blood of that woman. I do not need it to be abated. Atonement is my desire, my wish, my vow. It is not pain. Absolutely not.
Then allow me to continue. The day after the takeover of the logistics hub Velgev, far more snow than the past years began to blanket the Empire.
The snow continues to pile up. The early winter is upon us. The loss of Victor is unfortunate indeed. We'll need to reorganize our defenses. Even if Jutland is foolish enough to attack, winter will be our ally.
Good. You always did favor the colder climes.
When blanketed by winter, Ruse is the most beautiful land in the world. And the cold leaves my mind and body alert. Good fortune lies ahead. Well then, Your Majesty, I take my leave.
Your Majesty,
You were late. What were you doing, Maxime?
I had been inspecting Victor's remains. There's no mistaking that the one who did him in was the captain of the anti-Valkyria squad, Amlet Gronkair.
You can tell?
The state of one's mind is engraved in the swordsman's technique, the essence of their being. It was a commendable stroke. That man appears to have dispelled his doubts.
And have your own doubts been relieved?
I do not know yet. However, I would like to tell Your Majesty of my observations here.
Oh, speak then.
I have been looking toward Your Majesty as to how a king should conduct himself. Your Majesty's path of power bears the grudges born from the sacrifices made, and continues forth in their memory. I wish to serve under Your Majesty because I bore witness to that resolution to walk down that road. As the Emperor remains steadfast in what must be done, so too must his generals. However, I hesitated. I discovered that the people also have their lives, their businesses, and above all, the will to live. I cannot sacrifice such people. I have gone against Your Majesty's path of power.
Of course that was the cause of your doubt.
Your Majesty?
It is simple. In chasing these dreams, you drifted from the servants' hall and have awoken along the way of kings.
Me? A king? That's ridiculous.
Your thoughts turn to your country. You value the people and hold lofty ideals. What else can that be called but king? Soon enough, you shall start to dream of killing us in our sleep, just as we foresaw.
That cannot be.
We are alone now. Will you cut us down in this very room?
That's impossible. I hold Your Majesty in the highest regard even now. My words are not false. And even if part of me has begun to think like a king, I can still walk alongside Your Majesty, shoulder to shoulder. Is that not true?
That is false. The path of power is too narrow for an emperor and a king. There can be but one monarch walking the road to rule. And that sole sovereign can be only me.
Your Majesty.
You are a capable man whose worth has been proven thus far. All we ask of you is your devoted servitude, nothing more. Maxime, we grant you one last chance. Go to Kovoltis. The snowfall will cause Jutland to panic. Thus, we foresee them attacking the fortress of Sevast. Intercept their army by preemptively striking its rear guard.
Yes, sire.
give us no cause to regret our decision to appoint you here. Do not disappoint us, Maxime.
That mortal you call Amlet. What is he to you?
He is one of my children. That child will stop you. Stop me.
You wish to be slain by your own child? So that is your desire. My child.
Velgiev's suppression was an eye-opener for Jutland's people and became the reason for many to renew the war effort. With that, Basil negotiated with the leaders of the business world, using the scandals Freet dug up as his weapon. He made sure to end their smear campaign, since they had manipulated the public to criticize him and Solomon.
Well, that's that. No hard feelings, right, boys?
Either of you step out of line, I'll publish the article. Don't think this is over because we're staying quiet for now. Just remember, the moment it goes public, you'll be ruined. You do well not to underestimate Jutland again.
Nah. Hey, don't give me that look. We can still be friends. It'll be business as usual.
Now that we've taken Velgiev, we're entering our most crucial stage. I knew that the cold was stronger than prior years, but I never expected the snow would pile on in this manner.
Just our luck. We were banking on another month of autumn.
Even the royal court is abuzz with mounting trepidation. This came as a surprise to everyone.
However, if we suspend the conflict at this time, we'd be allowing the Empire to regain its strength. If they bolster their forces now, Jutland won't stand a chance come spring. We can only press onward.
But how?
I had always said that we must settle things before the snow falls. But that is impossible now that winter is upon us, which is why I propose we take advantage of this adversity.
Turning a negative into a positive.
This year's winter is rather... excuse me, it's abnormally early. Ruse's northern area must already be snowbound. For them, the winter is their ally. However, that arrogance should be what we target.
Well, look who's letting their hair down. You used to be such a slave to schedules. Now here you are making accommodations for Mother Nature.
I suppose the princess's resolve made me adapt.
Oh hey, you're back.
Good evening.
You seem to be fitting in nicely, Your Highness. The world powers have begun moving because we've taken Velgiev. They can't ignore the situation since Jutland pulled itself out of its losing streak and started winning again. Ever since that 3-day negotiation with Brenland, we've been able to keep them restrained thanks to Solomon. But now that we're pushing Ruse this much, they can't completely trust us anymore.
The nations of Europa can be pretty crafty when it comes to protecting themselves. I expect they'll put pressure on Jutland, too.
And at the same time, they'll move against Ruse. It seems the early winter is forcing their hand. They're thinking to end this war and dismantle Ruse.
Dismantle?
There's movement among the superpowers, trying to blame them for Jutland's invasion. It's to make both Ruse and Jutland take responsibility for this chaos. Depending on the situation, one side will be dismantled, and the other may have an armed intervention by the superpowers.
Talk about fishing in troubled waters. Then again, history's written by the victors, right?
There's no doubt that this early winter is pushing different agendas all over the place.
In that case, I'd like to reorganize our coming strategies. Our target is here, the Empire's citadel of Sevast.
A strategic point indeed.
If we take this location, the Imperial capital will lay before us. They'll be caught off guard. We'll strike then.
How about Kovaltis?
It depends on how Ruse will act. If they attack our troops en route, we'll counterattack. However, our main objective is to gain control of Sevast as soon as possible.
What about the Valkyria?
It'd be bad if it showed up while we're on the move.
Oh, we won't have to worry about that. As I mentioned earlier, the world powers have begun to act.
And Ruse will use the Valkyria to hold them back. They'll redeploy it to Sevast, though, once the assault begins.
That's the likely outcome.
So we have to deal with not only the Citadel, but the Valkyria as well. This won't be easy.
We should try to handle them separately.
The only way to do that is to take care of Sevast during daylight, right?
That's a pretty big gamble.
It'll be tough to pull off in a day.
But if we're going to attack, now's the only time. The days are long since it's summer right now. In other words, there's more time before the Valkyria appears. Not to mention, Sevast is much further north than Jutland. We can look forward to their days being even longer.
It's not much, but it might provide the edge we need.
To think the abnormal weather that's been causing so many problems will actually be of help to us.
Then we should end this once and for all. Once Sevast falls, the Emperor will send the Valkyria after us. We need to take the Citadel, defeat the Valkyria, then immediately march on the capital. That's our only shot.
Aren't you confident? Got a plan?
Yeah. We know Basil's weapons and Ophelia's song work on it. We just need one more thing to give us the advantage.
And that would be?
Sunlight. We need to drag the Valkyria into sunlight. Keep it busy till the sun comes out. Then, once it's weakened, finish it.
Be prepared for a battle of attrition then.
Yeah, but there's two problems. First, we can only fight for so long. That's why we should strike as close to dawn as we can manage.
What's the other problem?
How do we stop the Valkyria from running off at the first sight of light?
I believe Violet and I can solve the first problem.
How's that?
We negotiate with the superpowers and ensure they attack the Empire on the day of the final battle.
All right, I'll assemble the intel for that end. This is a big job. I'll have to use both Violet and Margaretha to the fullest in order to gather that information.
I'm counting on you. Both of you.
We'll create a city that will be forced to deploy the Valkyria away from Sevast, with Violet's espionage and my negotiations.
Oh, baby. Saul's plotting face is a sight for sore eyes.
Why, thank you. Also, there's one more important note. This attack must be a night raid. We must attack right before the Valkyria is deployed, after all.
Now that's what I call moonlighting.
As for the second problem, I have an idea. I could borrow the power of the people.
Of Jutland?
Just so. When last I sang at the Palace Plaza, the citizens all joined in. As they sang along, I felt a white-hot energy welling up within me. I think I understand why. The Galder was becoming stronger, and the more we sang, the brighter that inner light grew. I'm sure I felt some sort of magic. Why not use that power? Let my voice carry the people's hopes and dreams, then weaponize their strength of spirit against the Valkyria.
Right, the Galder. I did sense something the last time you sang. Can't quite explain it.
Of course, I have no definite proof, but the Valkyria has been averse to my singing before. Something tells me more voices might amplify that effect.
Let's bank on that. Make sure the troops in the main army sing too.
It's worth a try.
Increasing the volume, huh? Say, how about this? We hold Ragnite while we sing. If the pieces resonate with each other, maybe it'll amp up the mana for everyone. Hell, why not get the whole damn country in on it? We'd have us a supercharged chorus heard around the world.
We carry the song to the princess across borders.
Bingo!
I'll pen something to compel the people to sing. A stirring call to action. It'll be my best piece yet.
Oh yeah, make sure they know to hold on to Ragnite products. Mana machinery, alchemic accessories, you name it. I'll cook something up on my end too. A pendant ought to do. Just gotta get him packing Ragnite and singing at sunrise.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
It started back up. Huh?
The Battle of Sevast. For all intents and purposes, it's the decisive battle between Jutland and the Ruzi Empire. In the war's history, it's said that the Empire lost because the Emperor misjudged the deployment of the Valkyria. But once again, the traitors had been pulling strings in the background.
Indeed. After adding Ophelia to their circle, the bonds among the traitors had grown even stronger. For them, they had nothing to fear. After all, they had paved the way toward a future beyond their vendetta.
But where their future led was